Oh hey, happy Video Friday. Guess what? I've got a treat for you today. We are doing a special vlog about 5 things that you didn't know that you wanted to know about me. So here we go. Okay, number 1, I do not like having my picture taken, which is weird. I don't know what my deal is. I just don't like having my picture taken, but I'm growing out of it because clearly I'm doing these vlogs and I'm going to signings and I am interacting on social media and I'm learning to post more pictures of myself. I don't think it's really a self-esteem issue. It's just, it's weird. That's all I'm calling it. But what's really weird is I have 2 photographs of people in my bedroom and they're both of me, which doesn't make any sense, but there's kind of an explanation for both of them. So let's take a look. Okay, this picture is from a friend of mine and I cried when she sent it. It's actually a painting that is from a picture that was taken of me at a signing in Las Vegas. Nobody came to see me and it was really an awkward signing and I swore I'd never go to another signing again, but clearly I have. I got over that and a few people come to my table, which is really awesome. Now let's take a look at this second picture. So we'll get super dizzy here as we navigate my bedroom. Okay, you have to kind of prepare. Sorry, my hand's in the way. You have to kind of prepare for this next picture because I have to explain it a little bit. So my oldest son is a photographer and he, for Christmas one year, put together this image of me with all of my books and I do love it. I love it so much. However, the size of the picture is large. So for somebody who doesn't like having their picture taken or probably looking at a lot of pictures of themselves, it's just a really large picture. So I joked with my husband that it could go on his side of the bed, but I didn't want him to get turned on all the time. So we went ahead and put it on my side of the bed. So here we go. What do you think? That is me with all of my books at that point in time imposed over me. And it is a beautiful picture. I love it. It's just big, but I'm getting used to it. And there you have it. I don't like to have pictures taken of myself. That's number 1. Let's check out number 2 now. Okay, number 2. This is going to be a 2-part. There are 2 things that I don't love that a lot of people do. I don't have any great explanation, if I could say that right, about why I don't like these 2 things. I just don't love it. Don't hate them, just don't love them. Disney. I don't like Disneyland, Disney World, Disney in general. I've been there. I've taken my kids there. It's not that I don't have any fun. I just don't like going there. For me, it's not the happiest place on earth. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I don't love crowds. So of course, I would not go crazy about Disney. The second thing that I don't love is, or this is part 2 of this, would be Halloween. Never been a big fan of Halloween. Don't love dressing up. It makes me sound like I'm not fun. I'm fun in my own controlled way. I've been to 1 Halloween party as an adult. I went when I was when I was a young adult with my now husband. We weren't married at the time, and we decided to go as very sexy M&M people. You see that? Yeah. I kind of failed early on at Halloween, so clearly I have not jumped back on the Halloween train. Okay, let's move on to number 3. Oh, hey. All right, we're moving on to number 3 of things that you didn't know that you wanted to know about me. So when I was 8, we moved here from Colorado. I was born in Colorado, so now I live in Iowa. We had some acreage. We didn't farm, but we lived around farmers. And we lived in a old farmhouse. And also on our acreage, there were some other buildings, including a corn crib, or some people, I guess, refer to them as silos. We always called it the corn crib. And my dad and grandpa got this great idea that they were going to build a house out of this corn crib, which is great in the sense that it ended up being a very huge house. We looked from a square footage standpoint like we were very rich people. We were not, just because my dad and my grandpa literally did all the work to build this out of the silo. So we had round walls in this house. It didn't have a basement, but it was 3 levels and every room was huge. So and my bedroom had a king size bed in it. It had an old sectional that had been like my grandparents in it. I mean, how many kids have like a king size bed plus a sectional plus still plenty of room to like dance around and do weird young girl stuff. I had a huge walk-in closet and my own bathroom. It was, yeah, it was kind of crazy. It ended up burning down from a fire right before I started dental hygiene school. But I have a picture of this silo when it was under construction and younger me with my tinted glasses and my short, really curly blonde hair, kind of all the demolition that had been going on. So this is young Julie at the corn crib house, and at this ended up being a window, and when we moved in, the neighbors had cows right across from the fence, and sometimes a bull would get out and come over and see its reflection in the window, and we were always worried it was gonna like charge the windows, so we would have to call the neighbors and have them come get their cow from us or from our land and get it put back in to their area. So that's my childhood experience living in a corn crib. Bet you wanted to know that. All right, moving on to number 4. See you in a bit. Okay, we are up to number 4, the 4th thing that you did not know that you wanted to know about me. This one is a little embarrassing, and yet I kind of gonna take some pride in it too. So I use things to death, like really use things to death. My vehicle is a minivan that we've had for 15 years. It has almost 200,000 miles on it, and I think I can get another 100,000 miles on it. We just keep putting new tires on it, new brakes on it, doing whatever we have to, because I just worry about what will happen to the vehicle when we're done with it if nobody buys it, and then it's gonna what? Will it get recycled? I don't know what's gonna happen to the vehicle. So I worry about this, and that's why I just keep using things forever. I have clothes that are super, super old, and they have holes in them, and they look faded, and they're pilled, and I just keep wearing them. Also because what's gonna happen to them? Like, they're so old, can I even donate them? Will anybody use them? And so I just keep wearing them. I have like laundry baskets that are plastic, and so I know that this plastic is just gonna end up in the landfill. I'm sitting here pointing to one you can't see, but the handle's like broken on it. And I think I've had it basically since I got married, which now has been, I have gotten a few new ones only because we needed more, but this original laundry basket that's broken, we have had now for 21 years. Sheets on beds, I like keep them and wash them and wash them and wash them, and they just end up having holes in them, and then you just decide, is the hole really a big deal? If not, you just keep using them. Eventually we do break down and get new stuff. Same with towels. I have bags I take to the grocery store. I use stuff to death because I just can't imagine what's gonna happen to it if I give it up. And will it end up in the landfill? So I am just this tree hugger who obsesses over weird stuff like that. Okay, number 5. Looks like 10, doesn't it? 5. Okay, I am not a sexy person. I am a romance writer, and I can talk the talk and kind of walk the walk in the books, but I am not a sexy person. Clearly, if I have clothes that are worn and like forever old, like 15, 20 years old, I am not gonna be a sexy person. I don't have sexy lingerie. I wear underwear till they have holes in them. I wear socks till they have holes in them. I wear shoes to death, and nothing that I have is sexy. Like my shoes. I buy new shoes. I have bought some new shoes to go to signings because I wanna look somewhat decent when I show up at these book signings. And these other authors are dressed to the nines, and they have these beautiful shoes on, and they look so sexy, and then I show up looking a little frumpy, but it's totally me. My idea of sexy shoes would be, this is like the sexiest shoe I own, these 2 type of shoes, and you're going to laugh because they're the closest thing to heels I have. That's it. They're like clunky, chunky, platformy, maybe wedgie type shoes. Yep, there you have it. That's my idea of sexy. And I'm not gonna wear those all night. I wore this to Book Bonanza last year. Yep, there's my sexy shoes. That's it. So along my lines of sexy or not sexy, I have been to a strip club once, and I'm bringing this up because I saw this interview the other day with Oprah and Gail, and they were asking them questions, and neither one had ever been to a sex club or a strip club. I'm like, well, I've been to a strip club. I went there on a girls' weekend. Well, we didn't like spend the weekend at the strip club. We were just on a girls' weekend and showed up at a strip club. I was really, I don't want to say uncomfortable, but clearly out of my element there. And I actually felt bad being there, like embarrassed that if somebody's stripping saw me or made eye contact with me, that they were thinking poorly of me. And I think some of it was that these men were young. Like, I sat there the whole time thinking I could be their mother. It was so hard for me. Okay, not true. I guess I've been twice. I mean, I went to see Magic Mike. That's kind of a strippy club type thing, right, too? Anyway, so maybe I've gone to twice. That's like the sexiest thing I've done that way. But anyway, I digress. Back to my girls' weekend. See, I've saved the best for last, number 5. Back to my girls' weekend. I realized upon conversation in the car that I was the only one of the 3 of us who did not have sex toys, like didn't use sex toys. The romance author sitting in the back seat who doesn't use or have sex toys. Never have. I mean, I have sex, I just don't have them, have toys. Maybe it's not playful sex. I don't know. What I do have is a Kegel sizer that I got after I had, I think, my second child. My midwife recommended it. It's like, seems super pretty because it's in this really great gold box and it's very heavy. And you open it up and there it is. It's been washed. Don't worry about it. It's not a vibrator. I've never owned a vibrator. Never, never, never. I've owned a Kegel sizer. You could like break somebody's toe with this. It's to strengthen the girl parts. This strengthens the girl parts. I used it many years ago. I'm not gonna lie, when I go to my girly exam and they check the girl parts, they think they're pretty strong. So there's that. But this is old. I mean, the lube that came with it expired in 2009. I used my own lube. I haven't thrown it away. What's gonna happen to it? Will it end up in a landfill? See, I'm just kind of a psycho that way. So there you have it. I'm like the least sexy romance author ever. But now you know 5 things about me that you had no idea you wanted to know about me. And I think now that you know, you're gonna have a much better weekend. So you are welcome. There you go. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna celebrate my 25th birthday, plus a few years, this Sunday. And it's gonna be beautiful out, and I'm gonna take a bike ride, and I'm gonna think of a whole bunch of other things that you probably need to know about me. And we'll do those like in the future on other blogs when I just don't wanna talk about books. So, oh, speaking though, I'm just gonna talk about books just a little bit. If you read the live series on Wednesday, so 2 days ago, I did a live Q&A. I had over 60 questions that I answered. It only took 1 hour and 40 minutes to do it. But it's saved in that group, and if you've read the 2 books, you should join my spoiler group on Facebook, which, I don't know, find it, email me. If you can't find it, I'll help you find it. That is it. Okay, bye. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.